And these two, I feel like, always have a lot of respect for their opponents. And we just saw their handshake to start the game. You never see people handshake before the set starts. So yeah, but small battlefield, Ryu, Pikachu. Let's see how this one goes.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, getting us started, we do have both of them establishing neutral and the Thunder Jolt, of course, coming out from ShinyMark. Shokunetsu, Jahzz0 trying to get... Oh, okay, finally finding an opening, but not just enough to be able to lead to any meaningful damage. Returning to neutral, though, seems to be a great option, and I imagine we're going to be seeing a whole lot of this for this set.
And something I did totally forget until this point, the priority on Shokunetsu and Hadouken are really bad.
Yeah.
Like we saw neutral be just playing. We saw like T-Jolt just playing with those pretty frequently. Just quick attack back to the ledge, right, or back to the stage, right?
Yeah, definitely what ShinyMark wants to do is the thing about a character like Pikachu is that he does get stage control, but he doesn't necessarily need to have the center of the stage in order to do it, because when you're fighting such a slow character such as Ryu, you can do a whole lot more. And as you can see here, he can just go and hang out off stage until he gets back.
And just dancing around the platform right now. Can I see?
Oh.
Not going to be a stock, wait. That shouldn't yet. Not going to take him there, but gets him off stage.
Yeah, big down smash from ShinyMark, and that is not going to be the recovery that Jahzz0 wanted, but going to be getting us started for ShinyMark. Already has a stock on the board, going to be going for a big combo string. Not enough to really get anything off of it just yet, but Jahzz0 definitely determined to be looking for a ledge trap, and unfortunately going to be the one off stage himself, coming out to interrupt the Tatsumaki. It is ShinyMark who is finding the aggression.
Yeah. Saving your jump, just gonna jump back to stage, no while going to ledge. I'll be out of shield. Why not? You're actually not really gonna get that many situations. I feel like with ShinyMark, he's very rarely gonna actually touch your shield in a way that's not in a mix-up. Especially against a character like Ryu, where you have to actually be pretty specific to get the uppy hitbox out of shield.
I think I would agree with that, Nick, and it's something that I wasn't expecting to see either, but getting us started on this next stock, we are seeing the focus coming out already from Jahzz0, maybe a bit preemptively in expecting something cool. Not what I was expecting from ShinyMark, but already off stage, trying to not... the T-Jolt almost interrupting his grab to ledge. We have not seen that just yet. The Tatsumaki thankfully able to help him, but ShinyMark going to be determined with that bear, and still not quite far enough to not be able to recover, still following up and looking for this edge guard where he can just chase him to the other side of the stage. Yeah,
Bear's actually going to trade there. Quick attack. Let's go back. Oh, actually, risky dash attack did not pay off. Saw Jahzz0 getting a stock off that and playing with the lead now, forcing maybe forcing ShinyMark to rethink how he's approaching this one, right?
Yeah, and that was what we were expecting, was to see a very campy match from ShinyMark in that he would get a lead, he would camp, and now Jahzz0's just kind of flipped that strategy on its head. He has to force ShinyMark in order to approach him, and being the smaller character, you do have the T-Jolts thankfully at your advantage, trying to find that the bear, the nairs as well. But unfortunately, still at a disadvantage. That down smash, absolutely going to take it at that percentage, though. Yeah,
not letting the bleeding get too bad there. Only 26%. Great spacing from Jahzz0 there. Only going to take 26% though on his last stock in this game one. Back there. So I feel like we haven't seen any of those like huge conversions that we usually see from ShinyMark, right? So he's just getting like a lot of these small hits. And it's not, with Pikachu, that's not that good versus a character like Ryu, which we... Oh, okay. Oh. My bad. You got that. It's not really great versus a character we see input massive damage at any point. He's off of one hit. And do it again? No.
No, and actually going to be following up as well with the Shokunetsu perfect parry, and what an ending! Definitely not what I was expecting, but Jahzz0 sure knows how to take a game with style. That's going to be his first game on the board over ShinyMark.
Yeah, we usually see ShinyMark try to, when he gets in these situations, if he's jumping, it's either A, T-Jolt, or B, it's going to be uppy. And you know, Jahzz0 kind of taking a guess there. of is what's he going to do. Either way, the action could probably be the same. It probably, I imagine F-Smash beats T-Jolt out, but typically ShinyMark has the same kind of pattern where you go straight into the middle and then kind of down at a little bit of down angle to get you back to mid-stage. And, well, not that time.
No, certainly not that time. And Jahzz0 was able to still find the advantage. That was what you were talking about earlier with priority for different moves. And it's interesting that the F smash was what won out over the T-Jolt, but definitely something that worked out well in his favor. ShinyMark wants to be taking this game in his favor as well. The Tatsumaki order to recover, but ooh, stuck at that ledge for a little bit too long. Perfect parry from Jahzz0 as now he gets another punish once again with the Shock Netsu.
Yeah, and this is where we see, yep, there's a wall jump T-Jolt. Shield pressure, can't roll there. This is going to automatically turn around.
Yeah, definitely something that ShinyMark seems to be finding out on the fly, but Jahzz0 all too happy to take advantage of offstage already, though the focus coming out because he definitely doesn't want to lose the stock here. And now ShinyMark going to be trying to take this lead where he can so that he can have the comfort of knowing that he can stall as long as he would like. Jahzz0, however, determined to make it off this ledge and finding refuge on the upper platform, but not for long as ShinyMark is determined to take the stock from him where he stands.
Yeah, trying to find something in the way Jahzz0 lands here to get a hit in.
Yeah, very close to being able to do that, but not just yet for either of them. And playing footsie with the shield, definitely not a game that I would want to find myself doing, but going to be bringing us back underneath this upper platform. And no, not the up tilt. He wasn't able to find it. Jahzz0, however, off stage and in a very precarious position. Now looking for the stock, potentially going to be finding that follow-up, just exactly what he wanted. Jahzz0 going to be finding the hard-fought first stock.
Yeah, being able to get this damage in for ShinyMark is fine. Because it's fine if you're Jahzz0 because you're living. B, it's staling a little bit of those moves, right? That's where, that's where you get most of your money on these edge guards as ShinyMark, which I'm honestly not super surprised we're not seeing those as often because Jahzz0 is going pretty high most of the time to try to avoid that. And when you go, like when you force like a Pikachu to go like to edge guard high, it react to it pretty frequently, pretty easily, and get around the situations. Great focus.
Okay, we love to see the focus if we are Jahzz0 being able to avoid the thunder from ShinyMark. However, these T-Jolts going to be trying to put a bit of distance between them, but Jahzz0 absolutely determined to try to get off of that side of the stage. The focus coming out already going to be an attempt to try. Ooh, okay, beautiful follow-up with the Tatsumaki because now ShinyMark forced to recover using these T-Jolts and not just enough either because Jahzz0 definitely not at a kill percent either.
Both these players are looking for that one hit, right? Jahzz0 wants ShinyMark just to mess up. He was willing to play the center stage and not really move anywhere but backwards, right? But ShinyMark, and that's the thing, ShinyMark kind of needs to be the one to get in there. We've seen how early Jahzz0 is taking these stocks, right? Compared to ShinyMark, he's not killing Jahzz0. We saw Jahzz0 looked like 200% they were taking the last stock, right? That's so bad. That was, I have to imagine that was supposed to be a Shaku.
Yeah. Man, real unfortunate for Jahzz0. But ShinyMark now playing with this lead as much as he can and already trying to take him to the other side of the stage. The focus coming out preemptively and the follow-up from ShinyMark finding that dare and a two-stock now with over Jahzz0.
We really did see how the pace was able to switch. It wasn't a super long stock, but that's just because of Jahzz0 was kind of in disadvantage that entire last stock. Yeah. Right? But that's where we usually see ShinyMark make his money. And I think if he can set that, it's really how stock one goes. If he's able to set that pace, he can find more of the situations, but he hasn't been able to. Jahzz0 has been playing it, keeping it close, if not winning these games most of the time. And when he does have that, well, that happens.
I think it's important to note as well that the stocks that we saw ShinyMark get last game were both from edge guard, or were all from edge guards rather, and that's something that Jahzz0 was really good at avoiding in game number 1. That he just wasn't putting himself in any of those scenarios just because he was able to hold on to the lead.
Yeah, and one thing when you force Ryu to recover low, they don't have that many answers to get to deal with it.
Yeah, already getting us started with a little bit of damage from ShinyMark. Going to be trying to get one of his tried and true confirms, but not enough either. The Tatsu is going to be Jahzzo's saving grace, getting us back in the double spot, the spot dodges coming out as well. ShinyMark recovering back to the center of the stage. The T-Jolts going to be making it a little bit more difficult for Jahzzo to approach, looking for the Hadokens as well in order to stall out some of the T-Jolts.
Okay, sure. And that's what I mean. He's not really interacting. He's forcing Jahzzo to approach. And how does Ryu really get approach when he can't hit this character? Or when by the time he can, he's being forced in these like situations where ShinyMark is just holding shield.
Yeah, I think this is the first truly campy set that we've, truly campy game that we've seen, just because Jahzzo knows that he has a.
Oh, that should be it.
There we go, Jahzzo just at the right time, being able to find that stock from the upper platform. That was beautiful follow-up and tracing work from Jahzzo there. Going to be drawing first blood, but hopefully going to be able to make a little bit of extra credit for that.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we didn't see ShinyMark interact for the first like minute and a half of the game. Because the second he did, he died, even at a pretty low percent.
I think it's important to note too that even though it is in his
oh my god!
What?
All right, all right, maybe those training, the amount that he spends in the training room is paying off right now. All right, man, no, you got that. You got that.
He's got that for life, man.
Cat Flash moment 7. Like, and look, he's recovering high. And what is ShinyMark doing about it? Not much. Okay, you're finally able to punish shots for not jumping out or getting out of the focus, just getting that down smash. But a lot of the damage has already been done, right? You're at 90%. Even with Outrage, you're 5% from dying at like the latest.
Okay, unfortunate misinput, and unfortunately for Jahzzo, it's going to be Pikachu, that down air, not going to be able to connect, but trying to send him even farther, not going to get him off stage. The focus, even going through the focus, and that is exactly the stock that we were looking for. Not quite the damage that Jahzzo wanted to be able to get, but still the stock, and now ShinyMark being forced to approach once again, hopefully in Jahzzo's favor for him.
Yeah. And that's also the thing is, Jahzzo is at a considerably lower, it's only about 30%, but in this matchup, that is a considerably lower percent rate to be at than your last stock. And see how ShinyMark can deal with this. And he's letting, Jahzzo, when he lands, he is getting out of there. He does not really want to interact with ShinyMark if he doesn't have to. Because he wants to play the campy game, right? He wants to make ShinyMark a character that isn't the best at approaching, be the one to approach.
No, that's exactly what he wants, and it's what he's looking for, because that down smash is going to be what takes the stock, apparently. Well, yeah, at that percentage definitely.
See how high Ryu went there? See the SDI from Jahzzo? But
definitely not the, that is what aided in the stock, and the Thunder going to be what follows up, brought him all the way to the blast zone, and then was just able to find the jugular in that scenario. ShinyMark going to be taking yet another game after a nail biter of a.
So can we get a replay on that one really quickly?
Yeah, let's do that.
I want to like just. Do we have any? Do we have the ability to pause stuff? Okay, that's insane. But there was a because. Oh, I want to see this. Okay, keep going. We have time. Keep going. The second he hit this area, as you saw, that white line before, he died. Because I forgot exactly what, like, if you get put into tumble, and that, like, you die first when you hit that mark before you should die on the lower blast zone. And because of that, he got killed at like 20, 30%. He had a low, I don't know, there's a low percentage point. And kind of got robbed, but let's run it right back. Why not? The stage has not seemed to be the problem, right?
No, the stage is definitely not the problem for either of these players, because they have no problem approaching each other when necessary. Going to be getting us started a bit in neutral. It is ShinyMark who has the lead so far, determined to try to close out this set where he can. But Jahzzo has him at the ledge, and Tatsumaki going the other way, still going to be looking for another ledge trap.
I do like these these quick attack extensions that we've been seeing from ShinyMark, this looks like a big, good setup that you can get. It's a, once again, believe it or not, it's a quick attack. You can use it to follow up on a lot of like these weird hits. Oh. Going high and finding a way to mix up ShinyMark once again.
Yeah, great stuff from Jahzz0, because even at the points that he is, like, look at the discrepancy in the damage between the two of them. Still able to find that way off of the side of the blast zone and able to make it back, but so close. That upper platform going to be working wonders for ShinyMark as he's looking for even more places to kill Jahzz0.
Yeah, and Jahzz0 usually trying to push the nair, but ShinyMark just finding a way to keep Jahzz0 on that ledge.
All right, and Focus Blast coming in right before he snaps to ledge. That is great movement from Jahzz0. Still, ShinyMark going to be the one to take that stock, especially at that height. That is it. ShinyMark now has the freedom to camp.
Yeah, I wonder if ShinyMark uses tap jump. We've seen a few interactions where he gets a drag down, and normally we see up smash follow up, but he's been getting a lot of like these jump up airs out of the conversions, and they're not doing it. Although there could be a conversion there that he gets a right hitbox. No, but either way, it's kind of costing him a few of these earlier stocks that he could be getting if it is that case. And we're back to this play a bit. Great parry, and you're gone.
Perfect parry from Jahzz0, going to be leading to that stock. Still not quite at a percentage lead yet, but if he can find that approach, that is exactly what he is going to do, following up the Shakunetsu with the Hadouken, and going to be finding himself under the stage. The perfect spacing as well with the T-Jolts, as well as being able to find those parries. This is something that has saved Jahzz0 so many times and able to bring us right back to even percentages.
Yeah, just going to jump back, get that, yeah, we're just going to see ShinyMark try to find a way to put on some more damage with these, like, spacing of these fairs and bears out in neutral before we reset, right? Really make Jahzz0 be the one to approach you, force him to mess up. There? Sure, okay.
As we get back to the center of the stage, we do have the T-Jolts and these parries once again that Jahzz0 is still able to find as he's trying to put ShinyMark in the disadvantage, getting him on the back foot, forcing him to overextend himself. But it is Jahzz0 who is forced to recover from the ledge. ShinyMark now has the freedom to do what he wants. The T-Jolts are going to be enough. Not going to be going for something flashy. The T-Jolt was absolutely the move to go for. ShinyMark now up in a stock.
Force him to go low. Once again, since the only thing you needed there was that T-Jolt, because re-recovery without that jump is not great, not particularly good. And now we're going to see, yeah, ShinyMark kind of keep advantage before, oh, no, he's going to keep advantage just right now. Jahzz0 just needs one hit, right? At 99%, Pikachu. Oh, I think he also got a Phantom jump there, but.
Yeah, he went a lot higher than I was expecting in that scenario. But no, he's not looking for it. It's really just ShinyMark who is playing to the fences, going to be going for a whole lot right now. Jahzz0 just needs the stock, as you were saying, Nick. Oh, okay. Great Tatsumaki from Jahzz0, as now he is forced to recover linearly and no other options. The way that ShinyMark was able to seal out every single defense, perfect checkmate. ShinyMark going to be winning our game 4 3-1 over